We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready, blue 80! Blue 80! You ain't got nothing! You ain't got nothing!
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Check. 39.
Whip, whip.
51.
Watch the whip.
25.
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check three.
58.
Check. Hey, watch.
Hey, white.
Check three.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Gurley. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
21.
From the 41, Ryan throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Play action. It's Ryan. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. So opening drive 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards. Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
51, sub!
Rush in. Check 99. Check 99.
54, sub!
Switch gears.
Check 52.
Bang, 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 bang.
39.
25. Check 25. Check 25. He's coming. We got double up.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. He gets it to Gurley, complete. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
It's a loss of 2 yards. Brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
21. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
21.
Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
65.
Check.
Hey, zoom.
Check. Check three. 57. Like 57.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Samuel, the 36 overall pick in last year's draft. Played his college ball at South Carolina. Really good senior campaign. 62 catches, 882 yards, and also threw in 11 touchdowns for good measure. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Check 45's the mic. Check.
Throwing on 2nd down. Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Here comes Pettis on the return. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. They begin the drive with Coleman. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Here we go,
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
21.
Check the backer.
Hey, Echo.
Tighten up. 45. Mike, 45. What we got?
To throw is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all.
21,
Way
21.
easier said than done.
6 guys.
Hey, gun.
36. Kill.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And some room to roam now. And out across midfield down to the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Here we go.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Check 25. Check 25. Check your hot read. Switch it.
I got you.
Switch it. Check 37. Check 37.
Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Loss of 1 brings up 3rd down and 11.
And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Niners 7, Falcons nothing.
Here we go.
So 3rd down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs.
Slam.
Lock. 12, fellas. Here we go.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Garoppolo.
Picked off at the 21.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Let's go.
Ready.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
At the 23-yard line.
White 25.
Sick is the mic. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
White. Go. Gun.
Mike's 56. Record. He's coming. Double up.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. And he finds Fitzgerald. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Hey, tighten down. Hey, South.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
Hey, check.
56.
Mike. Let him go.
From the shotgun, Ryan.
I'm coming.
And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. On the return is Pettis. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Shift.
Garoppolo now. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Shane Ray. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Here we go.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Watch twist.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. So they get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. He's got the first down and more inside the 40, and he takes it all the way down to the 22. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard
59,
line.
ready. Black 25.
54 Mike. Let's go.
Back. 20. Gun.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Switch. Check 31. Kill.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. That 2nd down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
That's a gain
11.
Brings up
Bravo.
3rd and 3.
Check 45's the Mike.
Now Garoppolo.
Get him.
Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
Here we go.
His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Ship.
Pick the edge.
11.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete.
Garoppolo's pass.
And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
11.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman.
You ain't going nowhere.
And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Just enough to get the 1st down there with a 1-yard pickup.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They don't want to repeat a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half.
It's now 3rd down and 1.
Here we go. 180. I'm coming. 12.
Watch out. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check. Lucky.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Taking a shot for Samuel. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taking it about the 16. 12 yards on the return that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Let's
At
get
the
it.
14-yard line.
Check Mike 42.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check nickel.
49ers.
On 1st down, it's Coleman. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 30-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down, Garoppolo. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On 2nd and 12, Ryan. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Here's Coleman. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now Gold for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Niners 14, Falcons nothing.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Eric Armstead in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack on 1st down, Ryan under pressure again, and down he goes again. D. Ford in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Ryan from his end zone on 3rd and long. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
21, here we go.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it, and the Falcons grab it.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in there. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore. From just shy of midfield, Ryan airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there.
Here we go.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Wait.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter.
6-6, bullet high.
Under crunch. Check the backer.
13.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. He finds Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking out play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there for the Niners. 49 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. From 10 yards out, and the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on this.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off at the 40. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Here we go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check 24, check 24.
Coleman now. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Here we go. 20.
Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Wide open receiver complete. Now the ball comes loose.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
By the offense.
Here we go.
Result of the play, 1st down and 10.
Let's go, D. Big series.
2.
Showing up.
Garoppolo now. 1st down throw.
Slam. I got you, boy.
10 more there and another 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Alert.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
You want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And it'll be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Another carry now for Gurley. He'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 36. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, 30, 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position and throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They will run again with Coleman. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. The former first-round pick Shane Ray in on the tackle.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 41-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. 21. These babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
11. Hey, Alpha.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29.
We got
I got you, boy. Check. Switch. Check 31.
Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Here comes the 49ers punter now. He's been terrific so far. He's going to field this at the 4. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Chatty Blue 80. Get up. White. Blue 80.
Push him back.
Throwing on 2nd down. Ryan. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Final score,